All right, friends, it's T-Man, and we back with a new video. Guess who? Greg Doucette of all people, the the steroid slave, the gym slave lifting steroid slave pusher, bro. That's right. The guy, the gym enslaver, the guy who's enslaved over 2 million subscribers. All right, let's review this video. Greg Doucette says, steroid-like effects, the real science of turkesterone. Well, some of it I'm going to have to agree, but it's cosmetic. You have to keep taking it to work because you never got any natural adaptations doing specific things. All right, let's just review this video.
Yeah, you can hate me. You can write right now. Get into your comment section right now. Please write comment. I'll pin the best comment. Coach Greg is a liar. Craig is a liar. He just cares about making money. Steroid-like effects, that's how.
He does care about making money. You don't understand that these aren't based on natural adaptations. It's fake, it's cosmetic. When you've taken something artificial in your body and it does something artificially. It creates something artificially through artificial means. When I say artificial, I mean it's not real. It's not real. It wasn't built real. It's not real. It's not real. I don't care what people say. It's not real, man. And you'll find out the hard way when you stop taking this supplement, because it'll all go away. And then what will you do? You'll go through withdrawal symptoms, and you're going to want to buy more of these crazy supplements to maintain those artificial things that you built, the artificial strength and the artificial muscle that you built, taking this stupid turkesterone. Like I said, I'm not saying it does not work. Science says it works, okay? They did some tests on rats, but not on humans. They don't have a lot of tests on humans. That's the problem. That's what Greg is pushing, that there aren't any tests on humans, but they're tests on rats and there's some other tests. Definitely in a PubMed, NCBI. They talk about this ecdysterone builder, whatever. It's an insect steroid. So it really is. It's an insect steroid. It's from insects. It's a steroid. Has steroid effects, definitely. But again, that's cosmetic.
I have. Okay, as in the previous video, I said I was going to explain the science behind turkesterone, where we sourced it from, why it's so much better than everything else. And so if you're into the science of turkesterone and why it works and so on, this is the video for you. If you haven't watched the previous video,
I will tell you this. If you are all really into supplements, the only one that I would recommend, and I don't recommend people take any supplements, but the only one that I would ever recommend is creatine. It is the oldest supplement. It was discovered by some scientists, French guy, I don't know, man, over 200 something years ago, okay? It's an amino acid, so it's a good supplement because it's an amino acid. It isn't fake, okay? So does it have beneficial effects? It definitely does. It has beneficial effects on protein synthesis and a bunch of other things. It can help. It can help. Definitely. It has some good properties that it can definitely help in certain things, especially with old people losing bone mass and, I don't know, muscle mass. It definitely can aid and help older people. But again, you have to rely on the supplement. You have to keep taking it to get these effects. Yeah, they're not totally permanent. But then again, you have to eat all the time to stay alive, right? If you have to eat all the time to stay alive, I guess it's the same thing. But yeah, okay. It's an amino acid. But this stuff, yeah, definitely has some steroid-like properties, definitely.
I do suggest you watch it. If you have no cares given, no shits given about turkesterone, then skip this video and go watch something else. Okay, and so first things first, turkesterone, actual turkesterone, it's very rare. It's very difficult to make. You may be thinking, why not?
It is. It's I don't know how difficult it is to make. I heard it is. I don't know. I don't know too much about it, okay? So if you go PubMed, this is just a short version. They have it in CBI, longer version, I don't know. It's called ecdysteroids. So this is, turkesterone is part of this ecdysteroid. As a non-conventional anabolic agent, performance enhancement by ecdysterone supplementation in humans. Well, if it's classified as a steroid, I guess WADA is going to put it on their list. I don't know. Because it says recent studies suggest that the anabolic effect of ecdysterone, a natural occurring steroid hormone claimed to enhance physical performance, is mediated by estrogen receptor binding. In comparison with prohibited anabolic agents, methendione and others, ecdysterone revealed to be more effective in a recent study performed on rats. And apparently it doesn't have any side effects. I don't know. I'll just go skip down here to the bottom. It said that there were no side effects. It says significantly higher increases in muscle mass were observed in these participants with that were dosed with ecdysterone. The same hypertrophic effects were also detected in vivo. Whatever. I talked about this before, man, in myotubes. It says no increase in biomarkers in liver or kidney toxicity was noticed. Interesting. I don't know. Again, this is on rats. I don't know. The data underlined the effectivity of an ecdysterone supplementation with respect to sports performance. Our results strongly suggest that the inclusion of ecdysterone in the list of prohibited substances, the methods in sports in class S1.2, other anabolic agents. I guess they're saying they should classify this as a steroid. They should take it off. I don't know. Who cares? I'm not buying any supplements, bro. It's bullshit, but whatever.
Why not just make it in a lab? Well, it has to be exposed to certain chemicals, to insects, to harsher environments. It has to be at altitude. And so it's very difficult to acquire actual turkesterone. And so, for example, if I just plant in some Juga turkesterina and I plant it into my room or in...
Is it? He has it. How did he get it? I don't know. He bought it from some weird country in like who knows where. Cucamonga.
in China or somewhere, it may in fact produce beta ecdysteroids or 20-HE, various different ecdysteroids, but it won't produce turkesterone.
But you see, Greg is back to his old habits, selling drugs. He knows he can't help it. He knows that he wants to push drugs on you. He wants to push these steroid drugs on people. He wants them to take steroids. Look, man, just take some steroids, bro. Get some cosmetic look. Get some fake stuff. And then you have to rely, like any pusher, they give you a taste of their drugs, and then they hook you on the drug. Once they hook you on the drug, you're like, once you get the effects of this ecdysterone, let's say it does do what it says. I don't know. It said on rats, didn't say anything on humans. But let's say it did. It exuded some kind of look that you want. Maybe there was a hypertrophic effect, maybe some muscularity out of it, something, right? And then you run out of it, and all of a sudden, the gains are going. I'm not looking so good. Your friends are telling you, hey, you're not looking so good. So you start running out and looking for the product again because you want to buy it because you're hooked now. You're hooked on the drugs, bro. Get it? You're hooked on the artificial look, that muscular, hypertrophic look. You're hooked on it. It's cosmetic, bro. You can't help it. You got to go out and get a hit again. You're going to be reliant on this stuff constantly, like any other drug. That's why the government, they sell you marijuana. They hook you on marijuana. They want you to keep smoking it. You have to keep coming back for the hits. Get it? That's how they steal your money. They will steal your money.
At least in the quantities that we're looking for. And
Christian Filipina can make finding a traditional partner easier.
in the quantities that we're looking for. And so the turkesterone that I'm going to be selling, that I'm currently using, that's absolutely out of this world amazing.
You think he's using that? Man, he's on steroids. Come on, look at the look of his body. He's on steroids.
Is from Uzbekistan. Uzbekistan. See how easy that was? It's a simple.
He's a drug addict himself. He takes the drugs to impress you. Look, you're all looking at him in his tank top. Why doesn't he just wear a little t-shirt? Because he'll look like a little guy in a t-shirt. He'll be lost. But he's always wearing a tank top trying to impress you on video. Look at my muscles. And you're visually looking at him and going, yeah, I want to look like Greg Doucette, man. I want the drugs, bro.
Country, everyone can pronounce it with no difficulties. Okay, and so now you know that it's hard to get and rare.
Yeah, it's from some country called Uzbekistan. Next to Turkestistan, Kyrgyzstan, and Tajikistan, and Turkesistan, which is just opposite of Afghanistan. Okay, and north of it is Kazakhstan. Yeah, he's getting it from this region. Okay, man. Hey, no wonder why it's called Turkmenistan. Uzbekistan called it Turkesterone. They're naming it after one of their brothers, their neighbors. Turkmenistan. Oh man, this is funny shit. Okay.
Talk about something else. And so when I used Ecti Builder, I'd put on significant amounts of muscle. I could feel it working, and I absolutely...
He put on significant amount of muscle using this stuff. He's taking steroids. He's already acknowledged that. He's lying to you. He's on steroids, man. What are you talking about?
Loved it. And so in my mind, I thought if I get a product with actual turkesterone, that it's not going to be any better. It's going to be about the same.
How would you know if he built any muscle taking turkesterone if he's on steroids? He already has the steroid muscle look dependent on steroids. So he's trying to tell you, well, I took turkesterone, I built. How would you know? How could you compare the two if he's on steroids? Oh, it's all like one big soup, all mixed in there together. Yeah, Greg, you're gonna build muscles. Now, if you got some skinny guy and did, if he got like some dude on it, like a skinny guy, like a real skinny guy, and so here's some testosterone. Let's see what kind of gains you get off of it. But then again, the gains may be newbie gains the guy gets when he goes in the gym or whatever, man. You don't even know what you're getting.
After all, Ecti Builder clearly works. And those of you, the tens of thousands of people who are using it, you know I'm telling the truth. You've used it, you've made the gains, and you know it's not just some placebo effect. You know it works for sure. Now,
yeah, we do. Yeah, yes.
Once I tried the actual turkesterone, this stuff, I couldn't believe it. And I know you're doubting me, but as I said, watch the previous video. I'm not going to go into details. I'm just
No, I'm not doubting you, Greg. I'm just doubting the fact that it worked on you.
telling you the truth. Telling you that it far exceeded our expectations. By far, much better than I thought. And so,
okay, where's your proof that it exceeded far better your expectations? Prove it. Show us a guy taking turkesterone that blew up that looks comparable to a guy on steroids. Show us a regular dude who took it and looks like a guy on steroids. Yeah, you can show us this. But again, it's artificial and you're trying to get hooked people on this fakey shit so they can build some fake strength and some fake muscle, even if it does do that. I don't know.
well, remember, this wasn't just something we dug out of our ass. We spent 2 years finding this shit, sourcing it, talking to the doctors, making sure it was.
I mean, you could tell your audience, look, man, you know, it's the gains are artificial. You have to rely on taking these capsules to maintain the gains. To maintain the gains, you have to keep taking it. He could tell you that. He's trying to tell you that it's going to build you muscle and strength, and then what? You're going to keep it? You think it's gonna just stay there? I'm just gonna take one bottle. It's gonna build me out of thin air. These little capsules, magically, the magic beans have built me these muscles, these magic beans and strength. Yeah, these little tiny capsules.
What it was, and not just some FDA lab using a mass spectrometer above and beyond FDA standards so that you know without question that what we have is the real legit stuff. Now, I'm not going to name other names.
I don't know. I don't know. Is it legit? I'd have to go to a lab and have it tested to see if it was legitimate. I don't know, man. Is this shit legal? What is this?
I'm not going to say other sources, but we in fact tested a variety of other people who are selling the same thing. And lo and behold, they didn't have turkesterone. It might say they do, and I'm not naming names. I don't want to get sued, but I couldn't find it. I did not notice any of the leading competitors selling actual turkesterone. And so if you doubt me...
Why are these supplement people always trying to find the next best thing, which is not banned by WADA? Like, you know, these steroids and things, whatever. Well, we have to get these insect steroids now. We got to sell it to you so you could build some artificial strength and muscle. You know, walk around cool for a while. Okay. Like, the amount of money that you're going to spend on this shit, it's a waste. You might as well just spend it on real food and doing real stuff. Getting some real adaptations.
Double dog.
Get a real coach instead of a fake one like Greg. He wants to hook you and be reliant on these capsules and stuff because he knows that you can't build muscle because his training sucks. His training and whatever he's doing cannot get you to the next level. He knows that because He's never done it himself naturally. He's done it fake. So how the fuck would he know how the adaptation process works to move to the next level, to get what you want, whether it's strength, whether it's lifting a heavy weight or getting muscle mass? How would he understand that if he never did it naturally to understand the adaptation process? See what I mean? Everything is based on an adaptation process. How you get more adaptations, it's very specific. Only a person who did it naturally could explain it to you how to squeeze out more adaptations in lifting a heavy weight or getting more adaptations in muscle growth. Yeah.
Area. Get it tested. Get it freaking tested. Because this is legit. It's not fake. It's not lying. And when you compare this to any other form of testosterone.
No, I'm not doubting you. Maybe it's fake or not. But the gains and the strength will be faked. It will be faked and it will be temporary. As long as you take those capsules.
Try another company and compare it to mine. You are going to be astounded. It is far superior than you even think. I can't exaggerate it. Once you try it, you will be a believer. And if you don't want to buy it, that's fine. As I said in the last video, more for me. And so one thing of note is this, in fact, has varied effects depending on the person. Some people have a harder time sleeping, of which I discussed. Some people it makes them hungrier. Some people it makes them less hungry. But one thing we do suggest is that you don't take this past 5 p.m. at night. It can, in fact, make it harder to sleep. You have so much more energy, you feel so much more alert, and so you could, in a sense, think this is almost like a stay-awake supplement. For some people, this might be ideal for shift workers. I mean, as you know in the last video, I described how I only needed 3 to 5 hours of sleep a night. And so with turkesterone, it's free of cutting agents, and it's very soluble. If you put this in water and you mix it up, it's going to be very soluble. This is different from other ecti steroids, from ecti builder and so on. And so if you want to see if it is in fact different, you will notice a distinct difference in both the solubility as well as the taste. If you want to see if Turk Builder actually tastes good, I double dog dare you. It's not going to taste good. And remember the Buckley's commercial? It tastes awful, but it works.
Buckley's mixture. It tastes awful, and it works.
I dare you to open up a capsule and taste it. It is horrible. And so if you have actual Turk Builder, trust me, you're not going to like it. That is why it's in capsule form. No way you could put it in a mixable drink. You would never want to consume it. It tastes awful, but it works. I don't want to taste it because I've already...
It tastes awful, but it works, man. God, Greg is such a man, I don't know. Pre-pump, Vita, multi-fiber, creatine, beta, just anything to create the fake gains and the fake strength. Okay.
already tasted it. It's horror freaking awful. It is so bad. You can taste it.
All right, so we have Turk here. Note the color.
And
you want to examine how it's brown. The browner and less white it is, the more herb is inside it. So if you
I feel like we're ready to go out partying tonight, and we're gonna taste it.
Did he say herb? These are herbs. I thought there were insect steroids. So the more herbs there are inside there, okay.
We discussed
it,
but we're not.
So if you see an ectosteroid product that says it's 99% and yet it's not pure white or creamish white, it's fake. And if you want to know what real Turk tastes like, so the next time you do go buy Turk from someone else, compare the two and you'll instantly know that there's a dramatic difference between the two. So I would describe this as tasting like
these are the drug dealers pushing the drugs. Great.
Some kind of herb.
Let's see it. Let's see it in a real world taste test right now. The turkesterone taste test.
Again, I don't know if it's real or not real, man. I don't even know how they test for it. What laboratory would you take it to? I know a laboratory you could take stuff to and have things tested, but I don't know, man, this stuff. I don't know anything about it. It's ridiculous.
Memories of the last time, and it just...
Get big value for small business with Dynabook Satellite Pro C50. Unbelievable performance.
Taste test. I have memories of the last time, and it just...
It tastes like some kind of very powerful, potent spice. They actually used to drink it as a tea a few hundred years ago.
I was weighing it out.
A potent spice? I thought it was Ecti Builder. A potent spice. I don't understand this. Okay, but whatever. Maybe it's fake. It's a tea.
on a scale, and I was like, my staff was probably like, what the heck kind of drugs is this guy on? I'm putting all this brown stuff on this like digital scale, like these like 0.1 grams and stuff, and they're like, what is dude doing? And I'm like, imagine what my staff was thinking. This Turk filter, it was dual phase extracted. It's quality product. Just think of it. You can mix it in water. It very easily mixes into a solution, and so that makes it much easier.
Oh my God, man, this is this is crazy. This is the marketing.
To be absorbed, to get diffused.
Okay,
when
whatever.
Comment, Coach Greg is a liar. Craig is a liar. He just cares about making money. Steroid-like effects, that's how I had it. Some people are saying it's like lower dose Anavar. I felt like it was more like halotestin or test suspension. I'm not going to lie.
How would he know if it was like that? He's on steroids. How could he compare the two? You'd have to be off your steroids, Greg. Greg, go off your steroids, okay? Make sure all your fake stuff goes away, and then try the turkesterone and tell us how it really works. Yeah, don't try to fool us. Be on steroids and then take the ecti builder or whatever, and then tell us, hey, I built out this muscle. I felt like it was like Anavar, this, that. How would you know what it was like?
That's how I felt. I went to the gym, couldn't believe it, had more energy, wanted to push harder, was very androgenic in terms of...
It was very androgenic, but he's on androgenics, real ones.
Making me feel wired up to want to push harder than last time. And perhaps that's just me. I don't know. I found it very difficult to sleep. Why do you think I stopped taking it? I was in Mexico struggling to sleep from taking this. And so for me, it made me feel like I was on halotestin, test suspension, way more energy to push harder than last time. And so I have Marwan here. He was doing...
Wow, he's so pushing this. Again, they only did tests on rats and never did tests on humans. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't, whatever.
Some research, which it sets a scan and all the doctors, and they had 3 studies that had to translate it from a different language. He can speak 5 languages, in case you know. They translated from this language to English, and what were the 3 things that it did? Something about red blood cells.
What, he import this guy from Uzbekistan to market it for you, or what?
Yeah, so the clinics in Uzbekistan use Turk frequently to help with patients, especially those with diabetes, anemia, and just aging as a whole. Where one clinic found it reduced the amount of insulin resistance in those with type 2 diabetes, and another clinic found
Okay, so they use it in people that are sick, in patients. Okay.
in their patients that it helped with their anemia, and it in fact did help to raise their hemoglobin levels. So that right there is a selling point, because many of us, especially women, are anemic because of the blood loss they have from their menstrual cycles. And the last clinic found that it increased the SF-36 score, which is like quality of life.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah, it made them feel better. And so you're saying, this is a big selling feature. I'm like, nah, not really a selling feature. People don't really care about the SF-36 score or all these other things. But think of it this way. They've been studying this for like 100 years in these countries. And you might think that the United States knows everything, but there's different countries around the world that are using different kind of medicines. And turkesterone in this country, it's something they use in the hospital settings and so on.
Exactly, yes. And they don't use it at the dosages we have here. They actually use it at much more conservative dosing.
And so what I'm doing, I'm stocking up. I'm not an idiot. I'm stocking up. I got
See, he's stocking up, man, before they step in.
100 bottles coming to my house because I don't want to miss out. And I can guarantee you this shit's going to sell out. People are going to want it for sure. And so if you don't get it right away, it's probably already sold out right now, because what we do is we send it out to the people who are newsletter subscribers. I have over 200,000 newsletter subscribers. They get first dibs, and they're going to know it. And so after that, if it's not sold out, then I know we can only procure a certain amount at a certain speed. We have to get it from Uzbekistan?
Yeah.
Am I saying it right?
It's growing in Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan. There's a whole mountainous area that it only grows there in the world. So if it's sourced from China, you're just getting 20 HE, which still works.
Still good.
It grows from there? I thought it came from insects. What the fuck?
It's still great.
But it's like
not
the more mellow version.
Okay.
Ridiculous. Now, perhaps it gets banned in a couple of years. WADA's like, every person that's using this is getting a significant advantage. No longer is it illegal to be used in drug
Right.
ephedrine and aspirin
So if water gets involved, you better stock up, okay?
together. It had a better fat burning effect.
Well, here's the thing. Once you become reliant on this so-called drug, this supplement drug, this steroid, whatever this thing is, and then WADA steps in and takes it off the list. What happens then to all the drug users, the people that have become addicted to it, the fake gains and the fake strength? Oh, what happens? Withdrawal! Woohoo! All the fake stuff goes away. That, if it does actually do what it says it does, which I doubt, I don't know.
And each of them on its own. This is kind of like turkesterone with 20-HE and all the other beta ecdysteroids. But
Yeah.
I mean, if you're 300 pounds, like I'm only like 185. But yeah, and women out there, this is so good because if you're a woman and you're taking steroids and you get the deeper voice and you get like the hair growth, and you can take this instead and get like friggin' jacked and ripped from it without.
Yeah, jacked and ripped.
Said about ecdysteroids, and they said that there's this one study that showed. One study which shows
Yes, Greg's the only person in the world selling it.
no effect, but that study.
Here's the study I need. You're gonna use it and you're gonna be mind blown.
Right on.
I'm not bullshitting.
How did he even find out about this stuff, man? He must be like digging through things. Shit. Just looking for anything.
Do I bullshit? Would I lie? Would I put my reputation on the line?
No, I'm not saying he's lying or putting reputation on the line, bro. I'm just simply explaining in the video. Once you get hooked on something that creates something artificial, like creatine, it can have benefits, but it can create some artificial stuff depending on what you're doing in your exercise or what it is you're doing in the gym. You build up a bunch of water, and then you stop taking the creatine, and then the muscularity that it does exude and the water retention, this 5 pounds of water that you're holding in your muscle. I'm not talking about retention, but some water that you're holding, and it goes away. You're going to be discouraged all the time. And then you have to go back, seeking it again or something, buying it all over and doing it all over again in the gym because you've never created a natural adaptation. You created something that was fake. It wasn't based on a natural adaptation where you can actually make look, it's hard to build stuff, but it's really easy to maintain it once you really have it. You can maintain it. I'm not joking. You can maintain it once you actually build something real. But if it's fake, if it's artificial, you cannot maintain it. It has to be maintained. It has to be maintained by the supplements. And here's another thing: if you do run out of the supplement, right? If you do stop taking it or whatever, or you're sick or something happened, you went away, vacation, something. I don't know what you're doing. Let's just say you do. All of it will go away. And then you have to go through all that stuff all over again to get those crazy fake gains again. And that is the problem in the end. It's a vicious cycle. I've seen it again and again with people taking creatine in the gym. They go away, big, small, muscular, big, small, muscular, big, small, muscular. And I just keep telling them, why don't you just do it real? Why do you keep doing it fake and coming back and doing it all over again? It's bullshit. It's monotonous, and it's very minor. The amount that they get, the gains, everything. It's very minor. There's nothing going on there. Anyways, man, friends, look, tell me what you think about that. I don't know. Comment down below. Helps with the algorithm. Support the channel, like and subscribe if you like the video. I don't know if you did. But I don't know if that made sense to some people. Let's keep watching a bit more of this.
Would I say this if it wasn't true? Would I make this up because I need money? I said in the last video, I have millions and millions of dollars. I don't need to get rich because I'm already
He wants more. As much as he can get. What is he talking about?
rich. I'm already richer than last time. I don't need to make more money. If you buy none of these, I don't care. I want it all for me.
He does.
But what's the big deal? Does it really matter? Do you really think I need to sell this to pay?
If he didn't need to, then he wouldn't be selling it. So why is he selling it then? Why is he selling it if he doesn't need to? He has millions of dollars. Think about it.
For the McLaren, it's paid for. I can buy several different McLarens, every single color. It doesn't matter. I have enough money. This is because I'm passionate about health and fitness. I know it's a great product, and I want you to try it.
He's passionate about health and fitness. If somebody's passionate about health and fitness, then they wouldn't push these supplements on you to create something fake. They try to help you to create something real that would last.
Right on. Yeah, please try it, everyone, just for me, because I personally put.
Yeah, see, just try it, just for me, guys. Just try it so we could get you hooked on it. Yes, of course, on these artificial things.
In a lot of work.
You've been working for me for years.
Yeah, a lot
Research.
of work.
Remember?
Sure.
Yeah, you can say that all you like. This shit's amazing. I'll pick
amazing.
your video and I'll say, hey, let's watch this person hate on Coach Greg and let's just all laugh about it. And so if you're interested in...
I'm absolutely not hating on Coach Greg. Look, I don't care what Coach Greg is or what he does or anything. I'm simply explaining in this video about the effects of turkesterone that you definitely will end up in a depressed state because you're taking something that's artificial. And let's say, like I said, if it does give you these artificial gains in strength and size or something, it'll be minute, it'll be minor. You'd have to take so much of it. Your body will rapidly adapt to it. That's the adaptation process. An adaptation process just means it's a protective effect. It's protecting you from something, protecting you from building muscle, protecting you from specific things. Very specific things. Now, why are you able to lift heavier but not get bigger? People say, well, I got it stronger, but I didn't get it bigger, because that's based on an adaptation process. Your body definitely does not want to put on more muscle, but it would definitely give you more adaptations in androgen receptors for the androgens to bind to it, to giving you more of that force production. But again, you built it. It's yours. You have it, providing you maintain it through lifting a heavy weight. Now, if you don't lift a heavy weight, eventually that would go away. I'm not saying muscles that are built naturally, specifically how you build muscle, whether it's just building up contractile protein or whether it's building more myofibrillar growth. You have to figure out through the adaptation process which one you want to build up that is the easiest to maintain and have. See what I mean? So yeah, again, if he was a real fitness guru, he'd explain these things even in his videos, which ones are the best ones to shoot for in lifting and bodybuilding. Is it myofibrillar growth, build up of contractile proteins, just massing up the myofibrillar, getting a stronger and not getting a bigger, and so forth and so on, how this all works. Yeah. But again, when you build something real, it's a lot easier to maintain than taking these capsules all the time. You maintain them because you're going to a gym anyway. See what I mean? You're going to a gym and you're eating. Eating will maintain things, and going to a gym will maintain things, specific things. But the capsule, once you stop taking the capsule, it was artificial. It was built artificially, the strength and the gains. And so no matter how much you try to maintain them in the gym, they're unmaintainable because they were maintained by capsules, by turkesterone. They're not maintainable naturally through natural means. That is the problem. I hope that helped. Take that as a lesson. I hope that helped. Like, subscribe, comment down below. Helps with the algorithm, friends. I'll see you in the next video. I don't know if that video helped or not, man. I don't know if my explanation could, go through to people's mind. Sometimes you have to watch the video to the end to understand that to maintain those artificial gains, remember this, to maintain the artificial look that you get from turkesterone, the gains, the strength, whatever it is that you're getting there, you have to rely on the capsule. But if you built it real, then it's only maintained through what you were doing to get there within real means. That's how it's maintained. You understand me? Yeah, it's not maintained like the fucking capsules and shit. It's going to just go away. See you in the next one. Ciao, friends.
Turk Builder.
Yeah, Turk Builder.